Everyone talks about zero trust, but is it really happening?
Zero trust has become the gold standard in cybersecurity. It's the framework that everyone is striving to implement, and every security tool claims to enforce it in one way or the other. But here's the thing, can we really say we've achieved zero trust if security teams don't have a comprehensive, complete, and interconnected view of their cyber environment? Right now, what we see is zero trust is being applied, but what I believe it's been applied in silos. Each tool might enforce zero trust in its own way, in its own space, like monitoring network traffic, verifying endpoints, or managing access control, etc. But the issue arises when these tools work independently. Um, it's not a composite zero trust posture that is being provided to you. Just because a security solution enforces strict policies and guidelines in its area of concentration, it doesn't automatically mean that implicit trust is eliminated across the entire organization. Um, but if you look closely, you'll notice that organizations are still enforcing these stricter controls on individual layers, but they might not be addressing the bigger picture. And we'll talk a little bit more about the bigger picture in this episode. When the entire security stack is fragmented, um, the critical connections between these tools aren't always made. The lack of cohesion means that while each tool might be doing its job impeccably well, right, but it's doing it in isolation. The organization as a whole might still be vulnerable. Um, Security teams are often left piecemealing things together, hopping different between different dashboards and alerts, trying to make sense of it all, trying to connect all these dots. Uh, there isn't a standard as such to connect these dots, so every MXDR provider or MDR provider has their own ways and means of making sense of these different silos together. So while each tool may adhere to the principle of zero trust within its own scope, um, uh, the lack of a converged, unified approach means that zero trust hasn't really been achieved holistically. Again, as always, these are my opinions, and we would love to hear your feedback or your comments in the comment section below. So again, we can have a conversation. Um, but going back to the point, right? In a sense, today it's like building a wall with bricks that don't really fit together. Each brick might be strong, but without the proper connections, gaps remain, and security vulnerabilities can slip through. Um, to really achieve zero trust, we need to make sure the whole security stack is unified. So there are no gaps between these layers and no space for implicit trust to sneak in.